All right, today we're going to learn how to print to our Xerox CMYW printer. So that's cyan, yellow, magenta, and white, not black. It will print the black using a rich black, which is cyan, magenta, and yellow mixed together, but it reserves the white cartridge to print on other colors of paper than white. So first off, I'm going to just print this on white paper. It's a normal print window. You can see it looks like every other print window. We are in Illustrator. The first thing before you print on any printer is make sure you're setting the paper settings to what you're actually printing on. That's going to tell the printer what tray to go to, etc. And that's really important for this printer in particular. In order to tell it that it's printing on white paper, we can go to Setup, and under Setup you get a range of options, and under Printer Options you have Xerox feature. That's specific to our Xerox printer. We're going to click on that, and then we get a print window we don't see on any other printer. This is where you're going to select the color and type of paper. These should match the paper settings you go on and set on the physical printer. So I know I'm printing on white, plain paper, all right? So this is also where you would select two-sided, one-sided, etc. And it's a normal print. I'm gonna hit OK, and I'm going to hit print. This will tell the printer I want to print on normal white paper, which is in the default tray. This would be for a normal print. We have both 8.5 by 11 and 11 by 17. And it will come out on white paper. Now you can also see it's printed the white ink for us. So this doesn't just look like the paper color, it looks like white ink. So now let's print on a paper that's a different color. And I want to kind of find a piece of paper that will have one of the colors in our graphic. So when we print on black paper, we'll select black on the printer and black in our printer window. And it will, instead of printing the black, it'll print everything else, showing the paper through for what black would be. If it was yellow paper, we would select the yellow setting, etc. So in order to do this, we aren't putting this paper in one of the normal trays. We'll be putting it in the manual side tray over here. Now this is cardstock, but it will print on various thicknesses of paper. When I put that in, normally we'll see a window pop up. Let's just wake the printer up by hitting the home screen or the power button, and we'll redo this. You can see right now, it's defaulted for the cardstock and white. We're gonna put this in, and it is gonna ask us to select the settings. We're gonna go into the cardstock setting or the type of paper. We're gonna go into the size, and we're gonna choose 8.5 by 11. And you can see there's two different orientations. You have portrait or landscape. If we're putting it in this way, it's feeding this way, that's landscape. And you would choose the same setting that's going in. One more setting, the color of the paper. Now this doesn't have all the colors you might be able to buy. You just select the one that's closest. So black. Doesn't have a light black or a dark black, etc. We only have one choice. We're gonna hit OK. We just told that printer that it is loaded with black paper on the manual feed side. We're now gonna come over here and print. And we must tell it we wanna print from the manual feed. And so we're gonna make sure that it's selected as US letter. We'll hit Setup. And we're gonna go down to Printer Options. And you can see there's the Xerox features we're going to select, but paper feed's also important. We have to tell it instead of auto select, that it's going to the bypass tray, or also known as the manual tray. We then will go to Xerox. We will choose that it's black paper, and we will choose that it is cardstock. We will hit OK. Let's double check the bypass tray is still selected. We will hit print, and we will hit print. Now let's see what it looks like on black paper. The reason it can print on the colored paper is that it has opaque white ink. So it's just asking you to make sure the right paper is in there. We're going to hit resume. I just did that. You can always pull that out and put it back in again. For some reason, it didn't have my cardstock selected. I had to go back and select the weight again. And then when we get the print, it should look appropriate. It did not print any black ink. Everything else has a white opaque background to it. Now you can tell it's not as vibrant as on the white paper, but this is a Xerox printer that will print on colored paper and various styles of cardstock, which will help with your package design projects, your menu projects, all kinds of different projects without you having to screen print.